Hey guys, what's up? Thank y'all for coming back. Y'all pardon the noise in the background. I've got the lawn guys here doing the yard, so pardon me. But let's get into our show. Hey Rose, thanks for joining. Thanks for modding. We are back for our pop-in. Thank you guys for joining. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right. We have some great topics that we got to spill on you guys, some great tea. Let's go ahead and jump on in. All right. Boom. First topic. Kirk Franklin will be sitting down with Carlos King to do an interview, like a tell-all type of interview. We're going to look at just a little snippet of that. I may check this out because I'm interested to always see what new information Kirk Franklin will drop. I kind of know how he grew up, where his mother wasn't there, how he was adopted, how he dealt with pornography and some other issues in his life before he became this huge gospel artist that we all know today. I love hearing about people's lives and how they got, to where they are from where they were. So I'll definitely check it out. I'm not really a huge fan of Carlos King, but I guess it's worth a watch. Okay. I guess. But let's get into what Carlos had to say. And I guess shout out with Reality with the King, which is Carlos. Let's go.
Homosexuality is a sin, then adultery is a sin. Fornication is a sin. Divorce is a sin. And none of them are bigger than the other.
Give it up for the Kirk Franklin. When was the last time you questioned God?
I'm a broken man trying to follow a healed God. I have questions daily. I have doubts and fears daily.
Being adopted, your biological mother at 4 years old.
Abandoned me. My adopted mother, she never told me she was proud of me. She never told me I would be anything.
You went through life thinking one man was your father. What was it about your past and the traumatic things you experienced that never allowed you to think that I can't worship God?
All my life, 10 minutes away, a man was my biological father. Feels cruel. Can you imagine all the mistakes I've made in my life, not having a man in my life to tell me where not to step? All the mistakes, all the failures I've made because I didn't know where to step. Feels cruel.
Where do you think things went wrong between you and your oldest son? There's people who say, due to your son's openness about his bisexuality, that was an issue.
Let me say something to you.
Do you sometimes feel like you've chosen your career over your marriage?
Yes. Got married on Saturday and was on the road for months that Tuesday. And a lot of it is because what I do is more natural to me. Being domestic, being a husband and a father, that's where I had to work. Because again, I never saw it modeled. My career often has been the other woman. Oh yeah. Music was the first thing that told me it loved me.
A lot of people shun the church because they feel like they're walking into a territory that is extremely judgmental.
It's that there's church and there's the culture of church. I don't know why Christianity looks like a private club that everybody can get in.
You look at the conversation that arose with the Marvin Sapp clip about tithing and the church asking for money. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that my thoughts are very clear and I've been very comfortable communicating them.
Okay, so it's interesting. Carlos always asks the right questions. You got to give him that. I mean, y'all know on the flip side, Carlos is a whole hot ass mess. But his interviews, he do ask the questions that I think a lot of people want to know the answers to. So big ups to him for that. I will check this interview out because it sounds like he will be revealing some things, especially with his oldest son. Y'all know there've been some mess as related to his oldest son, where he cussed him out and everything, had to go back and apologize, called him a bitch ass nigga, and I'll F you up. I was like, Kirk Franklin, like, oh my God, you're gonna have to get back in the prayer line after that good cussing out, sir. But yeah, let's move along, honey. Shout out to Carlos and shout out to Kirk Franklin. Let's move along. We have some updates on Wendy Williams because she has an update on her health. I'm not sure who these doctors were who initially diagnosed her, because now they're coming back and saying that she is cleared from having frontotemporal dementia. Okay. So shout out to Shade Room. They're saying Wendy Williams is reportedly cleared of having frontotemporal dementia following neurological testing. So let's see. That's good news, because y'all know she's been really trying to get off of having this person over her and her money, this guardianship. So this may move her closer to getting rid of her guardianship so she can live a little bit more independently. So according to a neurologist, Wendy Williams does not have frontotemporal dementia, a diagnosis that had been included in justifying her guardianship for over 3 years. Okay. I would sue whichever doctor said I had that shit that had me on that for 3 years, because she's been very miserable. That's one of the reasons why she had to be put under guardianship, because they felt like her mind was kind of gone. She was not capable of handling finances and other, things on her own. But whoever diagnosed her with that, they were wrong. So she may have a case there. So sources reported to TMZ that after a series of tests conducted in New York City, the neurologist concluded that Wendy does not have this medical condition. Now, her legal team received the results of these tests late last month. All right. The new diagnosis conflicts with earlier tests in which Wendy was informed by her guardian that she tested positive for dementia. Now, TMZ reported that Wendy's legal team plans to file legal documents with the court in the coming weeks, seeking a hearing to request the termination of her guardianship. Come on, Wendy. All right. I like that for her. We've been seeing her out. She looks good. She appears to be in her right mind when we see her in interviews. So maybe, just maybe, she can get this guardianship dropped so she can be around her family. Y'all know that's another thing she was requesting. She wants to be around her family because she's been ostracized and kind of kept in a room all by herself and not being able to be socialized with other people. Okay. She wants to be around her son more as well. So this could definitely be a deciding factor. So it said that the judge denies this request, says that her lawyer, Joe Topantino, is prepared to demand a jury trial and ask jurors to free Wendy. I'm not sure why they want to hold on to her. This guardian is definitely fighting tooth and nail to stay over her. I know a lot of people were allegedly saying that this guardian may have been embezzling some money along the way. I'm not sure. I'm not saying they are, but those were the rumors going around, which is why this guardian was holding on so tight to Wendy and not wanting her to be independent and from under her guardianship. So I don't know. We will keep our eyes and ears open with this case. And as we get more updates, we will definitely come back and give you those. All right. All right. So I mentioned this particular topic here. Let's move along. In Car Chronicles this morning, about the alienation of affection case, all right, with Akira Montagoue. Let's go ahead and get into that. All right, the North Carolina woman who was messing around with another woman's husband, and the woman filed a lawsuit. I told you guys there are several states that if someone is messing with your spouse, that you can file this alienation of affection case. They said these are very hard to prove. So if you can prove it and win that case, great for you. We've had some people to win, including this case right here. Let's go ahead and get the update, because this woman here, she was under a $2 million lawsuit, and she decided, this TikToker decided to represent herself, but she found herself in a pickle because she lost this case, and now she has to pay $1.75 million after a jury found her liable for criminal conversation and alienation of affection. She also used her social media platform. She has over 3 million viewers and or subscribers on her TikTok live over there, and she used that as an effort to disparage the wife, which you cannot do that. And the wife definitely came out on top in this case. Let's go ahead and look at the news portion, and then we're going to read up on it. Shout out to Shade Room.
That's the sound of a $1.75 million cheer, coming just moments after court was adjourned. Akira Montagoue embraced her attorney, Robinetta Jones, as dozens of supporters yelled from the sidelines. Akira Montague's lawsuit, filed in Durham County Court, accuses Brene Montagoue, an influencer with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok, of seducing and having an affair with her then-husband, Tim. That affair then turning to marriage when Brene and Tim wed. In the suit, Akira Montagoue claimed Brene used her online influence as a weapon. The affair also caused damage to her health and deprived her kids of a two-parent household.
And it was nothing but lies.
Brene Montagoue, who represented herself in court, slammed the verdict, saying Akira Montagoue knew her marriage was over and allowed the affair.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
But the jury didn't agree, awarding Akira Montagoue the $1.75 million after more than 700 pieces of evidence were presented in court, including some of Brene's own TikToks and texts. The case hinged on two rarely used laws, including alienation of affection.
It can be very hard to prove, and the reason is because it's hard to find a point in a relationship where the relationship necessarily started to go bad.
But in these videos and in the court testimony, the jury found that point, leaving Brene Montagoue with a hefty bill and no answer on how she'll pay.
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
But the jury didn't agree, awarding Akira.
Y'all see that? She'll never see. Y'all see she still has that very haughty, defiant attitude. You were ordered to pay it, and she said, "Oh, she'll probably never see it. You better ask Tasha K." Because it's a good little thing called garnishment, honey. You have 3 million subscribers on TikTok. That's a nice check for you. 3 million subscribers gives you a nice check per month. So what they're going to do is, and I hope the wife and her attorney go ahead and set up for your TikTok account to be garnished every time you get paid until you pay off the 1.75 million. Since you want to have this haughty attitude, you lost. You were very cocky coming into court. I'm going to represent myself thinking, oh, I'm this huge TikToker. I can win this case against her. You really thought you were somebody coming up in there. Now knowing old girl had 700 pieces of evidence on your ass and you lost this case. So you're going to have to pay her. And this whole, I don't think she's going to see the money. She will. She will. You might be eating beans out of motherfucking can for a while, but you would definitely be paying that money. All right. And I would stay on her ass until she do. Now it says that it looks like North Carolina TikTok influencer Brene Kinyard will have to pay after her current husband's ex-wife sued her for alleged alienation of affection. Now, according to WRAL, Kinyard has been ordered to pay $1.75 million after a jury found her liable following a lawsuit that accused her of seducing and having an affair with her manager, Tim Montagoue. It said that Tim Montague's ex-wife, Akira Montagoue, brought the lawsuit to a civil court and claims that the alleged affair between her and now ex-husband and Kinyard caused her mental anguish, damage to her health, and deprived her children of a 2-parent household. Come on. She put that thing up right. Says that the reported affair took place in the former couple's home and on Kinyard's social media. Now, in the end, Tim Montagoue left his marriage with Akira Montagoue and to be in a relationship with Brene Kinyard, whom he later married. Ooh, child. It says that ultimately the jury found Kinyard liable for civil conversation and alienation of affection. It's noted that in the state of North Carolina, the alienation of affection law allows a spouse to sue the person they blame for interfering with their marriage. Now, Kinyard spoke with the news outlet after the jury's decision and said she, meaning Akira Montagoue, gave her consent. Said that she said that it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done. I really doubt that. I really doubt she told her that. They said that people notes that Kinyard's ex-husband, Akira's mother and grandmother were among the witnesses in the case. So she came in there prepared, that ex-wife came in there prepared and was able to get victory in her civil case against this damn cheater. So let this be a lesson to anyone out there messing with someone's man, husband, wife, significant other, because if a man can also go after another man for also alienating affection in his relationship and or marriage if he chooses to do so, or she. So as you guys can see, honey, that's a hefty fine to pay for some pain. And I'm like, sir, you should stay with your wife to get all of this grief over someone else. I don't know what it is that this new girl, this TikToker, I don't know what she's giving him, but they were saying that he's a whole bum ass nigga, the guy that they fighting over, that he's a whole bum ass nigga. So he's probably with the TikToker because of the type of money, clout, and all of the things that she has that's attached to her TikTok. I'm not sure, but at the end of the day, she does have to pay. Let's move on. That's a hot ass mess. Let's get into this Chrisean Rock news. Okay. Child, I'm sick of Chrisean. she's all over the place now. Y'all know yesterday she was begging for people to send gifts and money and stuff to a post office box because she was having some hard times. Now she has a chance to get $500,000, but she declines it. Now, Chrisean Rock responds to Jada and Alexis' offer to box her for $500K. So Jada and Alexis, who Chrisean tried to jump while they were, letting the kids visit with Blueface. So she said, hey, let's just go ahead and do a celebrity boxing match, and I'm going to pay you $500K if you beat my ass. So Chrisean has declined that because maybe she feels that Jada and Alexis got hands like that. Y'all know Chrisean, she's a fighter as well, but she has declined it. Let's go ahead and get into what she had to say according to Circus of Blues 2.
A girl calling me out for $500,000 but couldn't beat Biggie and on back like it's a lot of foolery going on for clicks, bro. And that's what I'm saying. This box body man, God forgive me. This girl over here thinking like I'm finna do a fight with her before I do one with my sister. Girl, I'm not getting money with you. Everybody wants some weird behavior for clout. A girl calling me out for $500,000 but couldn't beat Biggie and on back like it's a lot of foolery going on for clicks, bro. And that's what I'm saying. This box body.
So y'all hear her. She's talking all this junk, but you need to go ahead and get that money because you online begging after Zeus, Lemuel Plummer, who is the manager over there at Zeus, declined to give you any more money because you reneged on your contract over there at Zeus and did not finish out your season with Zeus. So he held your money up, and you were online begging people to send you money, and you were using your son as the reason for you needing said money, saying that you back in Baltimore, you're not going back to LA and all this, and please send this money to post office box and gifts, that your son need this, your son need that. Well, girl, you got the chance to get $500,000. I think that will help you out of the mess that you're in. And even if you get beat up, even if you can't see the money, if Jada and Alexis beat your ass, you can have somebody count it out to you and say, girl, yeah, it is $500K, and then go on with your life. But let's continue on, honey. Jada and Alexis says that $500,000 says that I'll run it with her, and I never cared. She only sneak anyway. Okay, so y'all, when she said sneak anyway, she's talking about how she tried to sneak Jada and Alexis when they were all there, letting the kids visit with Blueface, and Chrisean tried to sneak her and fight her while she had her security there. So she was just like, look, let's just do this fair and square. You ain't got to sneak me. Put your gloves on and let's get in the ring. And if you beat me, honey, you can get this $500K. So Chrisean has declined, which lets me know you might be a little scared. All right. And it's not for clout. If you need the money, girl, get the money. All right. Get money. That's what I say. Get money. Get money. All right. So we got one more post on Chrisean, because baby, now she's talking about she about to get married. Lord, this girl, I really want her to be on some medication. It's given that she may be schizo, and I really do feel like she does have some mental issues. And it's coming out even more now that Blueface is home. She is really spiraling, and it's a lot of things going on with Chrisean. So Chrisean says, according to It's On Site, that she's not returning to Los Angeles and claims that she doesn't feel safe and is staying in Baltimore. She also says that she bought acres of land. Now, mind you, yesterday she was begging for money. Okay, she's begging for money, crying poor. But she said she just bought acres of land and she's planning to get married. So how you bounce back that quick from yesterday? That's my question. Yesterday you were broke down, busted, and disgusted, ain't have shit, and you and your son was out and out with nothing, girl. So today you done bought acres of land that quick? Go off. All right. I know a good lie when I hear it. Let's get into it.
And everybody that keep trying to get something out of me, no. If you want to see me, come to Baltimore on my turf where I'm safe at. I'm not going out there in LA unless I get paid. And I'm right back in Baltimore. I just bought acres of land. I'm building a foundation, a compound. I'm getting married. It's so much things that I've been working on behind the scenes with God. I'm just going to allow him to just bless it, sanctify it, and that's it. I'm out the way on purpose, bro. Y'all don't know.
Y'all hear her baby crying in the background. Now you online trying to convince people of all the things that you fake doing, but your baby in the background crying and you ain't flinched one bit. You still talking like you ain't heard him. Let's continue.
Y'all don't even know the half, and I feel like that's the thing. Y'all don't know too much, so y'all trying to get me on here to talk too much. I'm not ready to talk to y'all, but I had to check Steve. Steve, I watched his show since I was a kid, bro. I look at you like you got me through my childhood. Your shows used to come on the TV and we didn't have cable. That's how I know. That's how, Steve. I grew up with you, Steve, and I like how you used to stand up for people when they used to play with you, would play with other women.
Now, when she says Steve, she's talking about Steve Wilkos that used to be on the Jerry Springer show. He used to be like a security guy, the tall white guy with the bald head. Y'all know he branched off and got his own reality show, the Steve Wilkos show. So Steve Wilkos just came forward to say that he's willing to have Chrisean and Blueface on the show, along with Calissa, which is Blueface's mother, to have a formal DNA test on Chrisean Rock's son, but she declined. So my thing is, if you are sure that Blueface is the father of this baby, why not take a test online, on this show, to prove to the entire world who doubt that this is this child's father? Everybody still think that Ronnie is the father. Everybody still think that you doctored up this recent DNA test that you put out there saying that Blueface was 99.9% the father of this child. But you're refusing every time and every opportunity to prove what's really going on with this child. We saw yesterday where Blueface's father was trying to sneak and swab the baby on the couch to see if the child is, like, they really want to know. And I think Chrisean is playing in their face. I think Ronnie is the father of the child. I think that's why she allegedly, and I'm going to throw allegedly in there real heavy, may have had him offed. Because a lot of rumors are circulating that it's no coinky dink that Ronnie was like really pressing her on getting this paternity test and was like claiming Chrisean's baby prior to him being pow standing outside weeks after said video of them in the mall where he was pressing her about, let me see my son. I want to, get a paternity test, She was declining that. But now that Ronnie is not here, she is, Blueface is home. She's like, oh, let me run up over here and see if Blueface is going to take me back. And then once he declined her, now, oh, I'm getting married. You were just kissing all over his back. You were just all up in his face, half dressed, sitting in his lap, sucking toes on somebody else. Then you were with this 20-year-old. Like, who you get ready to marry? We know it ain't Blueface because he's over there dating Hazel Lee. It's a whole hot ass mess. But let's continue.
And everybody that keep trying to get something out of me, no. If you want to see me, come to Baltimore on my turf where I'm safe at. I'm not going up there in LA unless I get paid. And I'm right back in Baltimore. I just bought acres of land. I'm building a foundation, a compound. I'm getting married. It's so much things that I've been working on behind the scenes with God. I'm just going to allow him to just bless it, sanctify.
Do anybody else hear the baby in the background? Okay, aside from the damn smoke detector, I despise people going on live and y'all smoke detector be beeping like you don't hear the shit. And that is so annoying. I don't know whose house she's staying in, but that's hella annoying. Please put some batteries in your damn smoke detector, okay? And go pick your baby up and get off live. You don't have to convince us these lies. At the end of the day, we know you broke down, busted, and disgusted, going from house to house to house. You say you staying back with your dad again, probably because you have nowhere else to go. Ray J kicked you out. Blueface kicked you out. Everywhere you go, you're getting kicked out. You were staying with some friends at one point, like 5, 6, 7, 8 people in one Airbnb. I think they kicked you up out of there. And now you're back home with your dad. And now you just bought acres of land and you're building a compound. Chrisean, like, you can go ahead and stop lying any minute now, because I think you know that we do not believe you. Go ahead and get the necessary help you need. Focus on your baby. I think that the greatest thing was when Blueface did come home, that he was focusing on helping with this child's, trying to stand, walk in his development. But then she snatched him up once she found out he didn't want to be with her anymore. And I think that's very selfish. You want him to be the father, but it's conditioned on if he's with you. But if he decides he doesn't want to be with you, now it's, oh, I don't want you to be around my son. You'll never see him again. And I wish you go back to jail or be unalive. Like, that's the way you felt about Ronnie. So now you're going to have something done to Blueface if he doesn't come back and be with you. That is some very toxic behavior. But that is it, and that is all on Chrisean. Let's get into this next topic. Prayers up for Blueface, honey. I hope he has protection around him, because Chrisean is a very vindictive individual and she's very dangerous. When you can't have what or who you want, then you decide to end said person. You made several threats to a lot of people about ending them. And at some point, you're going to have to realize that terroristic threats will land your ass in jail for a very, very long time. All right. So let's get into this next topic. Welcome to the culture. Black people, let's talk. When you become a millionaire, a thousandaire even, you got to have some type of money management, because it's so easy to be right back in the poorhouse again. All right. So this NBA player star Sebastian Telfair had to move back into projects, you guys, due to poor money management after he blew through and lost $19 million that he made in the NBA. And when I tell y'all he is living very raggedy and very poor, this shit right here, I said, bruh, let's get into this. All right. And he's become very comfortable being in the hood. How do you blow through $19 million? Let's get into it.
I'm right back to where it all began. Back in Coney Island. Back in the projects. Back in the fire.
This is the block right here. We in mermaid houses. Shit be giving me mixed feelings. I ain't gonna lie. It's a more of a love-hate relationship with Coney Island. This is crazy though. Man, this is the garden right here. This is where everybody got chopped up right here. That's how I became NYC best point guard ever do it right here. But you know, when I was coming up through the fire, I remember it ain't look like this. 2016, I came through with Eric Adams, Mark Trigger, the NBA, and we designed all this up. I just was doing it for the community. I was not expecting.
I'm right back to where it all began. Back in Coney Island. Back in the projects. Back in the fire.
Expecting to be living in the motherfucker though. When I was in the NBA, making the money, doing what I love to do, I always thought that my life would continue to go up and I would just have a sweet retirement and be able to raise my kids. And somebody told me I was gonna end up back in the project. I would have never believed anyone, not for 1 minute. I ended up getting locked up in 2017, licensed firearms and all that BS. You know, going through my divorce and now, sheesh. Fighting the feds and my divorce affected my finances. Now I gotta run around broke. This right here, this is the same building that y'all seen through the fire that I grew up in. It's crazy. Go through my whole NBA journey, go through everything I've been through, end up right back in the same spot. The first thing they're gonna ask you is, can you do it again? So that's the mission. How you feeling? What up? How's everything?
Okay.
Expecting to be living in the motherfucker though.
In the hood again.
What up, doggy? Cuzzo was good. Y'all gotta take this journey with me. We ain't sugarcoat nothing.
Well, I feel like this is the ghetto episode of, y'all remember what is it? Celebrity Cribs, MTV Cribs. Okay, this is like the hood version of MTV Cribs. Let's get into it.
Look, we ain't got no keys. This is how you get your mail. This is how you get your mail. You ain't got no mail? We good. Can't come in here by yourself. Gotta sign a waiver to come in 2940. I'm gonna show y'all the inside. You hear? Let's go. This is a culture shock, but I ain't gonna lie, me coming back to the projects was a gift. It was a gift and a curse, but more of a gift, tell you the truth.
Like prison.
I really wanted to show the world exactly how I'm living. Being in the project is all a mental thing also, you know what I'm saying? But shit is definitely real. This is the kitchen right here and shit. What up, doggy? This shit get lit at, take care of yourself. My last pantry I had in my crib is a whole room size. You know what I'm saying? But right now, this is the pantry, you heard? You should got the amenities, man. Stainless steel appliances and all that.
Really?
This is my office / closet room. Y'all might have seen this jersey right here. Y'all see this jersey right here? 1,000 pair off-whites and all that. Y'all already know I'm gonna stay fly. They're a little worn, so somebody got their ass bust with me wearing these. I don't know if y'all know, on COVID, I lost my mom, and I lost my oldest brother, and the next year, God sent me twins, girl and boy. I'm gonna go say what's up to them. They sleep out. This is my twins' playroom right here. But most important was these right here. Make sure my kids read about me. This shit get lit at, take care of yourself.
Who's watching the kids while he was outside, right? You all downstairs, the kids upstairs sleep by themselves. But this is him. So how does he go from, this is when he played with the Timberwolves. How do you go from that to staying in something like that? Okay. I mean, at least he has a roof over his head. We can be thankful for that. But you had $19 million. Do you know how great you could have been living? And had you had some financial literacy and had you someone to teach you how to spend your money and where to put it, you would definitely not be in that position right now. It's crazy. It's crazy how a lot of these athletes burn through their money and be, right back where they started. The goal is to get out of the hood. Okay. And if you can help a few of your people get up out of there as well and not return, that's the goal. But how do you get out the hood and then be back at the hood filming a video like you happy to be back in the hood? It's weird. It's very, very weird. He is down bad, but prayers up for this young man. I really hope he find his way. But burning through 19 million is weird. Very, very weird. I said the same thing about what's the guy McCall that used to be with Eva, Kevin McCall. Like, dude, you burned through about $20 million. Y'all remember he was crying, talking about he's on EBT. Like, I really can't feel bad for you if you burn through $20 million and now you want to be on podcast snotting and crying. When you in the club throwing up $10,000 here, $50,000 there, like the shit ain't gonna run out. I don't think people realize whatever you're taking from the till, you got to be putting back. Eventually, your money will run out. So that's why people have other side hustles and have other businesses on top of their main cash flow in order to replace what they spend. That's how you never go broke. I keep telling people side hustles are definitely needed because you cannot keep taking from your account and not putting it back. People got to understand that. Yeah, that's his story. If you guys want to look more into it, welcome to the culture. Y'all can go in there and take a look at it, read up on it. But Sebastian, tell
my last paying.
He's back in the hood. He's back in the hood after blowing through $19 million. Black people, get some financial literacy. All right. If you hit the lotto, honey, make sure you get you someone who knows how to help you place your money and how to grow your money. Okay. Definitely. Let's get into this last topic. All right. We have some Belle Collective news. Let's look at Selena. You guys know her son was unalived. Okay. A lot of people don't know she had a son because she has all those beautiful daughters that used to be on the dancing show, Bring It and Dancing Dolls. So she does have a son who was unalived, and she's still dealing with that grief. And she's talking about how detectives are still telling her to hold on. They don't have any updates in terms of who took her son out. All right. So this is her storyline this season. She's still grieving. She says she still has the bloody clothes that her son was unalived in. That can be a little traumatic, but I know as a mother, she feels like that's all she has to hold on to as related to her son. But she still has his clothes that he was taken out in a bag that she keeps as like a keepsake from her son being unalived. Let's get into this. Shout out to On TV.
This is terrible. I'm always trying to stay strong. But you don't have to be. That's what you have your family and your friends for. We're here for you. It's okay to not be okay.
I have 3 young men myself, and I can't even fathom someone taking one of my boys' life. My heart goes out to her.
They won't tell me anything because it's an ongoing investigation.
Yeah, you need an update at this point.
All I hear is we're working on it. And I've been hearing it since the day he passed.
That's sad, right? Now, as you guys know, that is the actual season finale, that episode. They only had 8 episodes this season for Belle Collective. Why is it they're not getting episodes? I remember Belle Collective used to be on just as long as Love and Marriage Huntsville, and it seems like every time he bring it back, they continue to keep cutting their episodes down. Now they only have 8. This is the last episode coming up this weekend. Okay, and as you guys also know, there's another lawsuit with Carlos's Kingdom Reigns Entertainment is also involved. Oprah Winfrey Network, all of that's involved. You guys can go over to Hannah Grace because she does have an update on that. I saw. But there is a lawsuit where Selena Johnson, who is right here on my screen crying about her son, as well as Letitia Pearson, who is also on Belle Collective, who's married to Glendale. They're also named in that lawsuit as well, where they did some, I guess, trademark infringement, and they stole a storyline of another young woman who was asked to be on the show, who declined to be on the show. So they took her storyline and her catchphrase and everything, and she's suing the show, including Carlos King. So he is now in another lawsuit. So we're gonna have to see how that pans out, if she gets paid, if OWN is going to be on the hook for that. But you guys know we still haven't heard anything about Love and Marriage DC or any of his other shows that he used to have on the air. And you guys also know that Love and Marriage Huntsville is kind of struggling too as far as the ratings. They're set to be back, I think, next weekend. And the future for that is not so good. So we're going to see what happens. Carlos' shows are not doing as well as they used to. I think he's pissed off a lot of his castmates. He's had a lot of people quit his show. Akisha and her husband, Willie, they quit, as well as Gucci and her husband, JJ. They walked away from the show as well. So many people have left. Of course, y'all know Melody Cherie left Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's a hot ass mess. Okay. Let's not forget about Winter. Y'all remember Winter from Love and Marriage DC? She walked away as well. Akisha and her husband, as well as Gucci, they've also vowed to file lawsuits, if they haven't already, against Carlos King. But Carlos is getting sued left and right. Now, I looked it up, okay, because I'm nosy. Kingdom Reign Entertainment is only worth $2 million. So all these lawsuits of $10 million here and there, like, y'all don't have it, which is probably why he's struggling, and they're only getting 8 episodes, and they're just like, in the position that they're in now. Kingdom Reign Entertainment is only worth $2 million, which is probably why he has attached himself to OWN Network, who has a stronger drive and money in order to keep him afloat. So we're going to see how this lawsuit pans out, if this particular woman will be able to get a nice payout for this trademark infringement. If she get a good lawyer, she can get a nice payout, okay? Because you can't say, hey, if I say no, I decline to be on your show, then you're going to take my whole damn catchphrase and my whole life and my storyline and put it on your show without my consent. Yeah, that's a lawsuit. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. So if she's going after Kingdom Reign, that could bankrupt them to where Carlos don't have any fucking shows on air. So Carlos, maybe this is your karma for all the things you've done to people and stealing their ideas and their shows. And we've already talked about how he did Candy and so many other people. He did the same thing to Melody Cherie for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Several people have the same story of how Carlos put him on ice, saying, hey, let me wait. Let me, I'm working on some things behind the scenes. Then he come out with the same show idea for his own show. And then the person who was waiting on him to get their show on the air, they don't get anything because Carlos already put it out there, just like he did with Messy Monday. Okay. A hot ass mess. But we will keep you guys updated in terms of how that goes. But if you guys want to hear the update on the lawsuit for Kingdom Reign /OWN/ everybody damn involved, which is Letitia Pearson and this young woman here on my screen, you guys can go right on over to Hannah Grace, because she did read the update on said lawsuit. Okay, shout out to her on that. But let's get on out of here, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you guys for spending your day with me. 1 second. Let me go ahead and thank my mods for doing an awesome job of modding. Thank you, Truth TV Podcast Tyra, KBR, Sweet Essence. Shout out again and happy birthday to Scorpion Miss today. Rose Armstead, thanks for doing your good one as well. Okay, all the content creators that stopped by today. I saw you, Astute Queen B, in the house. Thanks for stopping by, ma'am. Janita Speaks, if you're in here, thank you. Simple Mom Family TV, Miss Dee, JCD Creation, Shay P, if you're here, thank you. Queen Speaks TV, thank you as well. Schoolboy, if you stopped by as well. Those are my usuals. Thank y'all so much for being here. And again, happy Veterans Day to all of my veterans. If you guys are in the chat, thank you guys for all of your service. All right. Services. Okay. You guys have a wonderful day. I will be popping back a little bit later. Please keep your notifications on, like the video, subscribe. And don't forget to tap on the like, okay? And comment, because I'm interested to see how you guys feel about the topics that we discussed, okay? See you guys later. Until the next video. Bye.